You immediately think of great distances, vastness. Of the 6 states, Western Australia alone is over 10 times larger than Britain, and a place called Dwellingup stands in the southwest corner. This report begins with promise, because the crops are good, and late spring in Australia finds the man on the land reasonably sure of a bounteous summer. The western farmlands had enjoyed a good winter, and before that, a mild summer. Those make a dangerous seasonal blend, and as another summer comes, huge stretches of country have long been without rain. This is 1961, January. So they clear paths at strategic points to prevent the spread of any bushfires that might break out. The farmers know the signs. Everything is dry. These are anxious days, parched and hot. A heat wave in mid-January hits Perth, the West Australian capital, and the entire southern half of the state. Temperatures are going higher and higher, and word reaches Perth of several outbreaks nearby. This is nothing new to Australia. It's a summer hazard. A few days later, a more serious turn of events. That Saturday, there are fresh fires, this time only about 20 miles from Dwellingup. Many of the volunteer firemen have brought their equipment from 50 miles away. It's hard to decide where best to center the attack on the fire. A forest of jarrah trees is ablaze. Some pastures have gone, but mainly on the fringe of the farming areas. Yet another fire break is put through. But then they are forced to burn back, hoping to fight fire with fire. Now things are happening quickly. The volunteers are in action. Until this moment, they've been trying to catch up with the worst of the outbreaks. This is where the struggle really starts. It's getting tougher, because now a wind has sprung up. The fire has already burned out vast areas of bush and valuable pastures and timber. Now it threatens to burn the fighters themselves. They have only minutes in which to get out before their escape route is blocked. So they retreat, the start of a running battle in the bush. There are two things that really matter. Try to save the farms, but above all, save lives. 8 children take refuge in a farmhouse completely surrounded by the fires. The place is saved. The children are saved by firemen and men from neighboring farms after 3 desperate hours. Special Air Service troops are now in the fight, which has been going on without let-up throughout the entire weekend. Some of the fire breaks hold for a while, but little use against the blaze and the driving wind. Once again they have to report, we're pulling out. Not one of them has closed his eyes for 2 days and 2 nights. The time comes when some must get some rest, while the others still carry on. Saturday, Sunday and Monday have gone, and Tuesday sees the fire swept by an easterly gale leaping towards Dwellingup on a 50-mile front. That night they pray for rain. The miles are eaten away and Dwellingup is engulfed. Nothing can stop it now. All you can do is watch it happen. With the new day, the terrible visitation is just about over. Miraculously, no lives have been lost, but Wednesday reveals a town that has died. Cars destroyed, 80 cars burnt out in a few hours. But how can you really assess all that's happened? What remains of a modern shop? More than half the town has been wiped out, about 70 houses gone. The local hospital. One of the water hydrants, abandoned during the night when all that the firefighters could do was run. Only now is Australia told the story of how the 500 people of Dwellingup had sheltered in the brick hotel or on the sports ground, of how the heat has cut the town off. Of how new roads are being pushed through. Of how the farmers opened their paddocks in the hope that cattle and sheep might escape the flames. The harsh irony is that it rained only 24 hours later, but not before the bushfires struck elsewhere. A few miles away, the township of Nanga Brook has been destroyed, though without loss of life. The township of Holyoke also exists only as a name on the map. In Holyoke, too, everyone managed to escape. Their plight doesn't go unnoticed, and other towns rally to their aid. The appeal for urgently needed clothing is answered because on that Tuesday, everyone lost everything. The Red Cross and all the churches step in, as they always do, to help out in such an emergency. Before they can rebuild, they must have money. So the nation responds to the call by the Lord Mayor of Perth. The passing months bring much of the very thing that could have stopped the fires. Another season is there, late autumn, with new autumn growth. And Dwellingup itself has all the newness of rebuilding. Rebuilding because tomorrow's generation must be taken care of today. Nature is healing itself as green breaks through the blackness. This has been the story of an Australian bush town. January is long past. In time, the material scars will disappear.